Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. It's going to be a great day. We're going to have an amazing live stream, and my little bobbleheads say hello. They're not an example of my impending insanity. I just went crazy, as you know. So if you watch this channel, you know I just went nuts on my bobbleheads. But hello, everyone, to my super chat. Thank you so very much. To my moderators, thank you. To this amazing channel. This is a place, I'm not losing my mind. This is a place you can go ahead and relax and just enjoy my little friends. Enjoy not hearing propaganda. Actually, even better than that. Enjoy me destroying all the propaganda. We'll get to the midterms. Pretty much every segment, every single segment from here on out, we'll talk about how Democrats will lose the midterms. They are going to go ahead. They are going to go ahead and lose midterms. The Democrats do not have a blue wave. The only blue wave they have is in the toilet bowl. 200 people, 1 minute in. It's going to be fantastic, everyone. Let's start. New Strzok page documents reveal FBI officials used unsecured devices for sensitive info. This is Sarah Carter. She is absolutely wonderful. So Sarah Carter is awesome. And emails between top former FBI brass show at least one official using a Yahoo account on an iPad to discuss sensitive information. The interesting thing about this is that they also talk about very likely Uma Abedin. Also in the exchange, Strzok writes to Page, and God dang it, you know the other way to say it. Given everything going on, why is Redacted using a Yahoo account for this? Actually, apparently a Yahoo account from Redacted's iPad. Oh, sorry. Okay, make him stop. So it's got to be not Uma, but it's got to be somebody. Maybe Justin Cooper, somebody from Clinton's campaign. With everything going on, and then they're using unsecured emails. Judicial Watch writes that in a January 30th, 2016 email exchange sent entirely over unsecured devices, top former FBI officials, including General Counsel Jim Baker, Deputy Director Andrew McCabe, Strzok, Page, unidentified individuals from the DOJ's National Security Division, and NSA General Counsel Glenn Gerstle discuss a draft document with the subject, revised IC safe harbor letter, redacted using redacted iPad. Baker notes in the exchange that he's attempting to work on the document using his smartphone. So it's not possible to read the red lines on my smartphone. If you're still in the office, can you share the same, save the red line version as a PDF and then resend? It's sensitive information. So they're all completely clueless. 3 minutes in, over almost 400 people, not bad. They hid behind a culture of irresponsible culture. Irresponsibility. A culture of irresponsibility. And then they said, well, sure, Hillary went ahead and used her email, but they retroactively classified things, and it really wasn't that bad. That's what Aldrich Ames did, by the way. Aldrich Ames, if you just go ahead and what they did essentially, James Comey, Peter Strzok, Andrew McCabe, Hillary Clinton, they said, well, it really isn't that big of a deal. So we're going to cover up Clinton's email crimes. We're going to allow her to get away with transferring top secret intelligence. We're going to allow her to get away with transferring classified intelligence. We're going to allow all of that because we're going to decide what's right for national security. Aldrich Ames is a very famous spy, a traitor, that was caught. He basically had a scheme where he would give classified information to the Soviets, and at the end of the day, he states that no harm would have come to the United States of America. It was his. What these spies do? Robert Hansen of the FBI did the same thing. This is Aldrich Ames of the CIA. They justify their behavior. So Strzok and Page and Comey, all of them have already justified their behavior. They don't care. They don't care if the 416 people watching, or close to 500 people, they don't care. And eventually she'll get indicted, ladies and gentlemen. And Democrats will not win the House. They will not win the Senate. I am on record in the Daily Caller. I'm on RT's Crosstalk with Peter Lavelle every day on my. If you think I am like OCD on things, every single day, during the second part, the latter half of my segments, I'm going to focus on midterms and exactly why they won't win. But let's listen to Aldrich Ames. This is Aldrich Ames explaining why he engaged in treason. The explanation is not that much different from the thought process of James Comey and Andrew McCabe and Peter Strzok and especially Hillary Clinton. I'm going to try to make, I am glad people love the segments. I'm going to try to make them even more interesting because there's a lot going on here, and there are a great many parallels that can be made. It's something that, the CNN producer out there, the MSNBC, like, they're on a different world. They're going to come crashing down. It's going to be better than election night. But this is Aldrich Ames explaining why he engaged in classified, in treason.
I inure myself against, a reaction to that.
Oh, Lord. Where is that? Here. Hold on. Okay, hold on. Here he is.
Other persons. Why? First, the strength of the personal relationship. Friends. I believed at the time I gave him up, and the events proved me right, that there was no serious risk to him. Oh, come on.
There was no serious risk to him. He gave up the information of an operative working for the United States of America to the Russians. Many of the people these people gave up were executed immediately. But Aldrich Ames, Robert Hansen, I'm trying to get to, it just, like, the thought popped into my brain. So I'm trying to get to exactly the mentality that these corrupt FBI agents, I'm not talking about, there are good FBI agents, fine. I'm talking about the Strzok, Page, Comey. Their mentality on why they did things is very similar to the Aldrich Ames mentality of why he committed treason.
You couldn't possibly have known that. I was taking a risk. You were taking a risk with his life. That's right. That's right. What you did for money.
Listen to this. This is the justification. The justification of illegal activity, in this case treason. You have Aldrich Ames, who went ahead and actually handed the classified data to the Soviet Union. You have Hillary Clinton, who her defenders assume, well, first of all, we know that China already hacked her emails. We already know that. We already know that from Louis Gohmert and the Inspector General Charles McAuliffe. who said that her emails were being forwarded to a foreign entity, not Russia. So we already know that. But this is really, really important. And check out what he says. Why did Aldrich Ames engage in treason? Why did James Comey cover up Hillary Clinton's damage to national security? Because he didn't think she really damaged national security. Or he thought he didn't care. I'm actually assuming that Comey has a heart. So here's Aldrich Ames on why he engaged in treason.
Stop me if I say anything that's wrong. You gave up your country, too. No.
You gave up your country too. And Aldrich Ames says no.
Here's where the arrogance really comes. That's right. That's right. You are presuming to know that the consequences of what you did would not possibly have a negative impact on your country. That's right. I do maintain that didn't do any harm. That no significant damage to our national security interests.
No significant damage. Don't you realize, ladies and gentlemen, it's not that my bobbleheads have gotten me crazy. I'm trying to explain. Snooch! Hello, my dude. Keep up the great work. You're way better than MSM. I love that you've given us the straight poop. Awesome. Snooch, thank you so very much. Thank you so very much, Snooch. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciated as always. And I just thank you and everyone in the super chat. Thank you so much, Snooch. Thank you. But this is important to Snooch and all 500, going on 600 people. Listen to what he says. I'm trying to make a parallel, and this is one of the reasons Democrats will come crashing down. November 6th, be there, November 6th. November 6th, 2018 is going to be the most epic meltdown of all time because everyone's talking about a blue wave. Ain't going to be no blue wave. Ain't going to happen. These bobbleheads have a better chance of just, starting to sing for no reason. We're caught in the trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. These bobbleheads there's a better chance that they go ahead and start speaking on their own, start breakdancing, there's a better chance of them. He lost it. I haven't lost any. I'm totally sane. We can't go on together with suspicious lies. Okay. So with an old friend I know. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay. Stop. Get back to Aldrich Ames. Get back to Aldrich Ames. Okay, listen. Listen to Aldrich Ames. It is the exact mentality of Clinton and of James Comey. The difference being that he handed them the classified intelligence. He handed them. Whereas Clinton allowed everyone to just hack. But this is not like this is not me like, oh wow, this is a great, how do you do this? How do you know? It's like everyone knows this. So check it out.
Here's where the arrogance really. You gave up your country, too.
You gave up your country, Aldrich Ames. Here's what he says. No, I didn't give up my country. This guy he and Robert Hansen, and I think another guy, gave more classified intelligence to the Soviets than anyone in history. Okay? He gave more classified intelligence than anyone in history. All right? And he didn't think he did anything.
records really come. That's right. That's right. You are presuming to know that the consequences of what you did would not possibly have a negative impact on your country. That's right. I do maintain that didn't do any harm. That no significant damage to our national security interests occurred. Tremendous damage was done to the agency's institutional framework, the agency's operate.
No significant damage. Listen to the way Aldrich Ames speaks and to the way Clinton and Strzok and Comey and all of them speak. No significant damage. These people hide behind semantics. Even the traitors hide behind Suzanne Yoke. HA, I totally trust you, Suzanne. Thank you. You called the 2016 election in 2015. Thank you. If you say there will not be a blue wave and Republicans will be in the majority, I'm with you. I'm concerned the Dems will cheat. Me too. Me too, but it's 435 elections. The interesting thing is also you'll get Ron DeSantis winning in Florida. Ron DeSantis will win in Florida. Andrew Gillum there's an FBI issue in Tallahassee. I think he's the mayor. It was like mayor of Tallahassee. There's an FBI issue that he's a part of. That predates this election. So I mean, but you're going to have people like McCaskill's going to lose in Missouri. You can't have a blue wave if people are voting because in the ballot you vote for senator and you vote for your House of Representatives. So it's the same ballot. So Suzanne, people are not going to go ahead because they're saying that Republicans could very likely win in the Senate. Well, if they're going to win in the Senate, they can't automatically be a blue wave in the House because you're going to have voters who are just going to turn out for the senator and they're not going to vote for the Democrat in the House. That's one reason. And I'll go, I am passionate about this, Suzanne. I am so passionate. I just want to bang on these heads. That's how passionate I am. Suzanne, thank you so very much. But I'll, of course, a new hook, bring him in with the cray-cray. The cray-cray? You mean this is cray-cray? So if an old friend I know, whoa, stops by and says hello, would I still see suspicion in your eyes? Bring him in with the cray-cray. I love it. You should see the posters I have. I got some sweet posters coming in the background. The posters are going to be fun because it's just going to be like, whoa, what? Like it's going to be actually not crazy, but it'll be cool. John Cox is going to bring people in California to vote for him, in which case, Kilted Bear, what do you think about your Google overlords? I don't want to bother them. I just H.A. Dark. I didn't see you playing with your dolls. Oh my God. Kilted Bear. What can you say? I mean, it's not, at the end of the day, it's not going to work, Kilted Bear. I have always learned that when you try to silence someone, their voice grows stronger. Their message grows stronger. Kilted Bear, the day after Alex Jones was kicked out. Okay, no more YouTube for breaking policies, whatever the reasoning was, which we know ultimately what the real reason was. Troy Balderson won. I believe it was almost the day after in Ohio. And they melted down. It is going to be a biblical, this is going to make me look sane. Like that night, they're going to go crazy. They already called the Green Party a Russian plot. Do you understand? These are the people we're dealing with, Kilted Bear and Suzanne and everyone. They're not the sharpest tools in the shed. They think they're the most educated. They're not. Like, for example, Beto O'Rourke is not going to win Texas. Like, so I'm not even. I'll finish with the Aldrich Ames thing because I find that fascinating. But Trump, Texas, 2016. It's like, okay. He had a double. Okay, Trump's. Okay, they always find something that just. Oh my God! But not by the usual margin. He won in double digits. So wait, where's the double digit? He was winning by only 700,000 votes compared to the nearly 1.3 million for Mitt Romney. That is not. I mean, it could be indicative of Texas perhaps moving left, but 700,000 votes. When you have the media, he won by 700,000 votes. That is not. Beto O'Rourke is not going to become senator. Texas, just forget about just gun rights, which I envy. Wingless Angel, we love you. My tweet with HA bobbleheads had more views. Is Wingless Angel, we love you. We love you, Wingless Angel. He won Texas with 700,000 votes. Please tell me how Beto O'Rourke's going to win. Medicare for all, yes, it's noble. It's a noble endeavor. It's not feasible, but it's a noble endeavor, which is why I first supported it. Because on the left, the value thing, the system of thinking is, well, we're going to vote based on what's noble. But there are actual moral cases against Medicare for all. Ben Shapiro makes a case against Medicare for all that you're going to have better health care from a more market-based system. Again, I'm open to seeing what Ocasio-Cortez, how she has, like what rebuttals she has, but guess what? She's not going to debate him. Sorry, Elvira. So Mitt Romney won 1.3 million. Yeah, okay. And you know what? A lot more establishment. There are establishment Republicans in Texas that perhaps weren't as fired up, weren't as supportive of Trump. But you're having more people nationally become more conservative, more libertarian. And that goes for Black and Latino, Asian, Jewish. Democrats, their brand is dwindling in influence. That's why you see like MSNBC and CNN just go beyond. I had a debate with my buddy today. Do you know what he said to me? He said he was at a dinner. It was a Rosh Hashanah dinner. Okay, one of my Jewish friends. And I'm Jewish, as you know. And so he went to dinner, and one of the people there, Pert Near, love your collection of bobbleheads, adorable. Isn't it quite fun to watch the left tear their own throats? I've never seen such lunacy. Great commentary as always. Thank you, Pert Near. Thank you. Thank you very, very much. Greatly, greatly appreciated. Thank you. The bobbleheads are, if I could fit more, but I got to go ahead and actually type. So I got long arms, but not long enough. Thank you, Pert Near. Thank you. Thank you very much. So he told me, yeah, you know, I was at this the Rosh Hashanah dinner, and then one person there was like, you know, a Trump supporter and hated Obama, and I was like, what did he say? He's like, oh yeah, like, and could you imagine with all the things Trump has done? I'm like, well, what did he do? What did Trump do that's so horrible? Oh my God, the deficits are up. The deficits are up. Really? Obama had $1 trillion deficits. Oh, but he reduced them. Fine. And during his 8th year, Trump's 8th year in office, deficits will be reduced from $1 trillion to $500 billion. But at least we have a growing economy that's booming. Well, inflation's up. Because it's a growing economy. It's a grow. What do you want? What do Democrats want? They can't. They're miserable. They're miserable. So easily debunked too. Like, but here, listen to this though. Listen to Aldrich Ames. Okay, this is really, really interesting.
His life. That's right. That's right. What you did for money. Stop me if I say anything that's wrong. You build up your country too. No. Here's where the arrogance really comes. That's right. That's right. You are presuming to know that the consequences of what you did would not possibly.
What Aldrich Ames and what James Comey and what Hillary Clinton, the way they act, they hide behind semantics. Well, there's no significant damage. But it's not Clinton, it's not Comey, it's not Aldrich Ames to decide what is and what isn't a national security issue. Like, that's the important thing. She hid. So Comey's like, well, you know, she's a corrupt politician. But you know what? At the end of the day, it will do more harm and damage to the country. Or just, let's say he has allegiance to Hillary for some reason. The media, the Democratic Party, I'll take too much heat. Plus, you know, Trump is a menace. So we're not going to go ahead and be hard on her. We're going to make unilaterally the decision, the assessment unilaterally of what is criminal, what isn't criminal. Even though someone committed crimes in Hillary Clinton, we will unilaterally, without any discussion or input from the American people, who would have been sent to jail in a heartbeat had they done what Hillary Clinton did, we're going to decide. We're going to decide ourselves what is just and what's not just, what's illegal, what harms national security, what doesn't. You're not going to get the fact checkers at the Washington Post finding out how she transferred top secret intelligence. They don't care. They don't care. And one thing I can tell you about Democrats is that okay, so
They're not an example.
Did I miss a super chat? Wingless Angel, thank you. We love you. I don't know if I missed a super chat. All right. So they don't care. So, but let's listen to Aldrich Ames because it's important.
Have a negative impact on your country. That's right. I do maintain that didn't do any harm. That no significant damage.
No significant damage. No reasonable prosecutor. No intent. You don't have to be a writer or journalist or whatever. I mean, we all speak English. They butcher and mangle and destroy the English language with their deceit and corruption. And they go ahead and they hide behind the meaning of words, semantics. And we know they're lying. And we know they're corrupt. The media could not influence the electorate before 2016. What makes anyone think they could influence midterm voters? What makes anyone think they could influence midterm voters?
To our national security interests occurred. Tremendous damage was done agency's institutional framework, the agency's operations, and most importantly, to an awful lot of people.
Let's move on from old. I'd like to go to Gordievsky.
In 1980.
So his whole thing is, well, you know, I didn't go ahead and hurt the country. I hurt the FBI. I hurt the agency's institutional, the CIA. I hurt the agency's institutional frameworks. So then you have, today we find out, and oh, by the way, they have not found any evidence Senate Intel Chairman, no hard evidence of collusion. No evidence. No, and I said no hard evidence. Oh, okay. There's no evidence. Yeah, no hard evidence, no soft evidence. There's no evidence. You have circumstantial evidence that doesn't even lead to a crime. The NSA is moderately confident because they're lying. They're lying because Hillary made a complete mockery of the intelligence community. It's so obvious. Richard Burr, no collusion. I can say, as it relates to the Senate intelligence, that we have no hard evidence of collusion. Now we're not over. That leaves the opportunity that we might find something that we don't have today. Why would you find something you don't have today? It happened in 2016, allegedly. How is something going to pop up if you've already combed through everything that took place in 2016? There was never any evidence. That's why they're relying on it. It's like a parody. It's like complete nonsense. There's no evidence of anything. They didn't do anything. And here you go ahead. Here you go ahead and Kinte Giffer, I didn't see your Kinte Giffer. HA, you always cheer me up. Thank you, Kinte. Thank you. Kinte Giffer. D. Velasquez, you're a rock star. But is that what you're drinking? Hashtag. It's just water. It's just water. D. Velasquez, thank you. So let's just go ahead. This is also interesting. So they're all over the place. And this relates to midterms because they're going to lose in large part due to the fact that millions of people still want Clinton to be indicted. She will eventually. But before that, the midterms will be a pivotal moment in American history. They'll show how utterly useless the media is. The media is unable to really sway public opinion. It used to be that the media could kind of push public opinion. It doesn't anymore. Trump still won. But hold on one second. Let's see. I want to go ahead and see. This is interesting. How many votes did All right, so this is interesting. Republican primary votes, DeSantis got 997,000 votes. Now, Adam Putnam got 591,000. Andrew Gillum only got 517,000. He would have ranked third in the Republican primary. Now, Gwen Graham and Philip Levine, very likely more establishment candidates, I'm not 100% sure that their voters are going to just flock to the more progressive candidate in Gillum. I'm not sure of that. Again, this is important. For there to be a blue wave, you need to have Democrats win in the Senate as well. You can't just have a blue wave and have Republicans win this, like, even more seats in the Senate. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. So Ron DeSantis, 913,997 votes. Andrew Gillum, 517,863 votes. Suzanne Yoke, what are your thoughts on Manafort taking a plea deal? You know, I think ultimately he's going to get they want some kind of public relations. Okay, so this is just in. Manafort reaches tentative plea deal with Mueller. The deal is expected to be announced in court Friday. Manafort was charged. Court Friday. Manafort was charged with several counts of fraud and failing to register as a foreign agent. Okay, no collusion. There's nothing to flip on, so close to a plea deal. Close to deal for guilty plea. And especially kind of close to a deal for guilty plea ahead of his upcoming trial. He doesn't want to go through it again. He doesn't want to waste the money. He knows he's kind of, his goose is cooked. It's not clear if Manafort would be required to cooperate with Mueller's office. I cannot believe. Suzanne Yoke, I think that ultimately it'll mean nothing. I think that they just don't want to, he just doesn't want to go through with another trial. So he'll just be like, look, I'll plead guilty, whatever. Let's just go ahead. And it helps Mueller because Mueller's like, gosh, I don't want to take the risk, even though I'll probably defeat him. Richard Cherry. How many exactly CIA does it take for there to be credible evidence of her harming national security? Richard Cherry, great point. But they know. See, this is the thing. Richard and Suzanne and everyone, they already know that Clinton damaged national security. They know that. They know that Clinton Foundation still damages national security. They don't care because at the end of the day, they've put the country behind their political interests, like American politicians have done for decades and for centuries. You can always find Aaron Burr wanted to go ahead and create his own empire in the western part of the country. What was it? Nixon and Kissinger sabotaged the 1968 Paris peace treaty that could have ended the war. Richard Cherry, they don't care. They already know she damages and damaged national security. Their thing is, well, how does it benefit me? Because they have this money-making apparatus called the Democratic Party. And the media is intertwined, and they make so much money because of the people they know. Because of all the donors. They get to keep their lovely, shiny desks. They get to keep their positions, even without any real policy objectives. I mean, what can you say? Democrats, they're against ICE? Obama utilized ICE to deport millions. She had the names of CIA agents. So She had the names of CIA agents on her computer. So it's like, and it was all hacked, but I want to know, like, McCaskill is down in Missouri. You have a Republican. I mean, how many votes did Trump win by in Florida? It wasn't 700,000, but like Texas. But how many margin of victory, Florida? So over 100,000 votes. All right. Now, you have to understand also something. And this is with the 700,000 votes in with Mitt Romney. Trump was not only outspent 2-1, he had an Access Hollywood tape. I mean, nobody knew that he would preside over a great economy, that there would be hopefully peace between North and South Korea, all these things. Nobody knew that. So he's a good president. Trump is a good president. He's already a better president in my book than Obama. If you don't go ahead and destroy Libya like Obama did, you're doing a lot better. If he doesn't destroy Libya, he will have, no matter what he does, a better presidency. But you had the libertarian Gary Johnson. The hilarious part is that Jill Stein had 64,000 votes, so it's only about 100,000. But Gary Johnson took more away from Trump than Jill Stein did with Hillary. And Gary Johnson was like, I mean, why was he even... that had to have been some kind of plant. I mean, there was like... he didn't even further the interests of the Libertarian Party. That was just absolutely ridiculous. Just absolutely ridiculous. Oh, I agree with you. Elizabeth Luker, I agree with you. I agree with you. I'm just saying that I debate people all the time. Like, oh, Obama was the best president ever. No, he wasn't. In fact, this is one of my buddies right now. Texted me. Let's see what he wrote. All right. So we bet on the like a couple bucks, like a gentleman's bet. So in Florida, and let's look at Florida. Let's look at the map. Let's look at I should get a Putin bobblehead. Oh my God, do they sell them? Oh, dude, I might have to get a Putin bobblehead. Hold on. Putin bobblehead. Yes. Oh, yes. He's in his judo outfit. That's so awesome. That is so awesome. Well, there's one with him on riding a bear. That's a good one, but that's way too much money. Then there's a disgusting pen holder that only the Democrats would think of. They hate him so much because he has that personality. He can get away with like saying, you know, crass and kind of belligerent things. Snooch. Towards your thank you, Snooch. Towards your Putin bobblehead. Thank you, Snooch. Thank you so very much. Greatly, greatly, greatly appreciate. Thank you, Snooch. Thank you. So I don't. Let's go ahead. Now DeSantis won with like what 400,000 more votes in the Republican primary. How on earth is Andrew Gillum going to win? Especially since like nobody really knows how Medicare for all is going to be paid for or implemented. What happens to the VA? What happens to Medicare? What happens to Medicaid? Nobody really understands. Nobody it's just one phrase, and you're supposed to just like worship the phrase because it's more honorable. Yeah, okay, fine, Medicare for all, but Medicare has a $5,000 to $7,000 out of pocket costs. What are the out of pockets costs going to be for Medicare for all? Because there's 7,000 out of pocket costs for the Affordable Care Act. Florida 270 to win. So they voted Democrat 08 and 2012. So they voted Obama twice, and then they voted for Trump. So I mean, since 1980, they voted Democrat 3 times. In 80, 84, 88, 92, 2000, 2004, 2016, they voted Republican. Okay, they're not going to suddenly. You don't suddenly go left. Like I understand. I used to be on the left. Stefan Haslam for the Putin bobbleheads. Thank you, Stephen. Stephen or Stefan, but thank you, Haslam. Stephen Haslam, thank you so very much. Thank you, Stephen. Greatly appreciate it. I'm going to get a Putin bobblehead. Now, let me ask you a question. Should I get the bobblehead? Yeah, no, I'll get the bobblehead because there's one with him on a bear, but that's way too expensive, so I'm not going to get that one. Thank you so much, Stephen Haslam. Thank you. Thank you so much, Stephen Haslam. Thank you. He's wearing his gi. This is so funny. I'm going to get that. That's going to be awesome. So wait, let's see. Where are these? There is a shirtless Putin bobblehead, but so where would Putin go? Hold on. This guy's big giant head. Let me go ahead and here. Elvira. Yeah, this is better. Yeah. Okay. And then Putin, we can put right next to Hillary. So if we go there, and Hillary. A Hulk, burning love. There. And we can put Putin here. Right here. I haven't lost my mind yet. Democrats will lose. They will. It's not because I'm crazy. Stephen Haslam, thank you so very much. Snooch. Let's go ahead here and continue. So it's like I don't see this. New polls for Senate races in Arizona, Florida, and Texas. Okay, so how is it a toss-up? Oh, no. Sorry. Arizona, Florida, Texas are not going to have Democratic senators. Well, let's put it this way. Bill Nelson will lose his seat to Rick Scott. Republicans will increase their hold on the Senate and Democrats are going to lose their hold. And I'm going to say it every day, every segment. I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, we have what? How many days until, what is it, 60 days? Almost 60 days. I'll say it 180 times, okay? Let's say I do 180 segments until then. I do 3 a day. I'll do 180 segments. I will tell you if wifey ever has to lock you up, his great friend of yours will visit. Elizabeth Luker, thank you for the kind words and the wonderful sentiment.
Why does everyone think that I'm crazy with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 bobbleheads?
Elizabeth Luker, thank you for the wonderful sentiment. Joseph Arbuckle, Trump bobblehead is requesting a Melania bobblehead. There is a Melania bobblehead. Maybe I'll get... Oh, no, I need the Putin one. Stephen Haslam, thank you. Thank you. So... Pertinier, thank you. Pertinier, I didn't see that. Pertinier, thank you. Thank you. Whoa. Evacuations are taking place in multiple neighborhoods north of Boston where residents have smelled gas. And there are fires there also. Wow. Oh, my goodness. The fire department's there. Wow, that's craziness. Absolute craziness. All right, so I want to look at the polls. One poll that will really McCaskill, Missouri poll. So you can have, they could be up in Florida and Missouri. They'll be up 2. Yeah, McCaskill up by a whisker. Nah, she's not going to win that. This guy Hawley's going to win. If you're in Missouri, let me know what you think. Stephen Haslam, thank you. Suzanne Yoke, salute to our president, best president ever. Cheers, HA. Thanks for cheering me up. I feel the red tide wave now. Oh, listen, I'm going all in, Suzanne. I'm going all in. We're going to just dive into the Democratic blue wave, blue puddle, toilet bowl theory, which is not a theory. Alexander M. Gonzalez, no, it has not really. Medicare for all has been explained over and over. It is, Alexander, with all due respect, it has been explained in the most vapid terms. Well, you know, Americans spend this amount, X amount of money, therefore over 10 years. But even the author of that Mercatus study said that's not true. And the Mercatus study says a doubling of all corporate and personal income tax that tanks the economy. Also, I don't know how much out-of-pocket money. Nobody who defends Medicare for all talks about, well, what are the out-of-pocket fees? Because people who can't afford healthcare cannot afford $5,000 to $7,000. That's what Medicare and that's what the Affordable Care Act, on average, has out-of-pocket costs, sometimes more. There was an article in USA Today. It might as well be $100,000 for some people because they don't have $7,000. Also, how do you implement it? Also, how much of the federal budget would be allotted to that? Because the federal budget right now for Medicare and other healthcare services is $1.4 billion. That only covers about 50 million people for Medicare, 44 million. We have 320 million. One of the reasons we're not Australia, we're not Denmark, we're not Sweden is because we have 320 million people. So I'm respectfully I'm not pretending at all. Nobody's explained it. None of the pundits on the left have explained it. Bernie hasn't. How do you implement it? What happens to all these government agencies? What happens to the VA? What happens to Medicare? You're going to go from 44 million people to 320 million in what, a month, a year, 2 years? What's going to happen to people with individual plans? What's going to take place with the insurance companies? What about the impact on the economy? We have a great economy now. And those people who don't have health care, are they going to be able to go ahead and pay for the out-of-pocket costs? None of that has been explained. I have not seen that explained by anyone. Only the moral aspect. Oh my God, look at what other countries do. Look at this. Yeah, but other countries don't have 450,000 soldiers throughout the world. I think you need some color in your bobblehead collection, HA. MLK, Malcolm X, Mad Max, Patricia Marino. I would, but then I don't want any social justice warrior to say, oh my God, you have a bobblehead. That's disrespectful. It's racist. It's white nationalist sympathizer, enabler. So, I mean, who knows, like anything like benign, the social justice, Patricia Marino, the social justice warriors would say, oh my God, Suzanne Yoke, Papa D. I'm starting to have bobblehead nightmares. That was the opposite intent. Suzanne Yoke, salute to our president, best president ever. Thank you, Suzanne. He's a very good president. The media freak out is like the worst they have is deficits. They didn't care about deficits. No, you're not paying. No, you're not, Alexander M. Gonzalez. Everyone, not you, not me. Look at your pay stub. You're not paying for it. No, you're not paying for Medicare for all. You're not paying for Medicare for all. Sure, some of it comes out of payroll tax, but you're not. Medicare for all isn't different. It's 320 million people. Some people might be paying $100 a month premium. Some people might be paying $1,000 a month if they have like 4 or 5, 4 people in their family. Let's say you're paying $1,300 a month for different coverages. Some people have PPOs. Some people have HMOs. How is this going to work? And doctors are just going to suddenly be incentivized to what? Take a decrease? The average doctor is going to have a pay decrease. They're going to move to, well, they probably won't move to other countries. There just won't be a lot of doctors. I mean, one point Ben Shapiro made is very interesting. You're going to have a decrease in the amount of people who want to be doctors because already there's a lot of paperwork and there's a lot of okay, I'm absolutely wrong. Okay, well, it's not. I'm telling you, none of these Medicare for all people are going to win because they haven't explained these things. I could be wrong. So Alexander and anybody else, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm open to being wrong, but I need like a debate where I can see one side hardcore versus another side hardcore. I don't see that. I see Ben Shapiro saying, let's debate. And Alexandra Cortez like, that's sexist. No, I don't. That's not. You're not going to save lives. If the whole thing is, well, you're saving lives, have a national debate about it. They're just hiding behind the morality of it. And they're like, you're going to vote for me. We're going to win. He's not going to win. Gilliam's not going to win in Florida. Sorry. None of the major progressive candidates are going to win. There's going to be a Democratic hardcore failure. And what's going to take place, the Democratic Party is going to turn on Bernie voters. I know because they turned on me when I was a Bernie voter. I know how evil the Democrats are. But I'm telling everyone here, they're not going to win the House. There's zero organic support. Now, there are true Bernie voters. Yes, like Alexander here is a true Bernie voter. Okay, I'm not talking about the true Bernie voters. I'm not talking about the true people. I'm not talking about true Bernie. I'm talking about the majority. The majority of the left is not true hardcore. The majority of the left is like, socialism's cool. Oh, yeah? You didn't go ahead. Yeah, but see, the thing is, my whole thing is, it's not just explaining that, you have to debate. You have to get the rebuttals to those things. You can explain it, but and again, like I said, I could be wrong, but you have to explain. I want to know how Medicare is going to go from 44 million to 320 million with people who don't want government-run healthcare. Like, there are people who are like, no, I'm not going to go. I'm just going to go. I want to keep my insurance company. What's going to happen to those people? That's one question that I haven't seen explained. But all I'm saying is that I respect the hardcore Bernie voters. I have them here. They watch. I get it. I used to be that too. I respect. Oh my goodness. My buddy Sean, prayer for his friend. Definitely big prayer for your friend, Sean. Big prayer for Sean's friend who just had an emergency. Absolutely. So big prayer. Okay. So Sarah Carter is brilliant. Let's go ahead. The Mueller deal just came out, a couple minutes ago. I'm going to do a segment on that in a little over an hour. And ladies and gentlemen, let's take a little break. We'll come back again. I want to kind of do a segment just on that, on the whole Russian nonsense. But my thing is, look, everyone is saying that Medicare for all. Nobody explains, like, they say, well, you're paying for it already. No, you're paying for it. It's already allotted $1.4 billion. You're not going to even save money, because the author of that in one report said, no, I didn't mean that you're going to save money. That's if everything takes place. Even a doubling of corporate and personal income tax will not work. If a doubling of personal income tax won't work, how can you pay for that? That's my thing. I mean, I'm open to a discussion with anyone on, but whatever. It is what it is. Brandon Wolf, looks like you need to rotate your bobbleheads. 4.19. I'm like reading. Nancy Bennett, you might be interested in a Christian who wrote a book called "The Trump Prophecy" by by name Mark Taylor. Thank you, Nancy. I will look at that. Thank you, Nancy Bennett. Thank you, Nancy. I heard of it. Thank you, Nancy Bennett. Okay, this is the Koch brothers study verbatim. I have nothing to do with like these numbers. Okay, this is the verbatim Koch brothers study, the Mercatus study that is quoted. I did not I have no input in the Mercatus study. The Mercatus study writes, oh, Lord, kidding me. Oh, so annoying. I can't find this. Okay, here it is. Oh my God. All right, here's the Mercatus study. 1 second. I quoted it in my Daily Caller article. Okay. Here it is, almost there. Here you go. Number 5, Democrats are running CIA officials or candidates too far to the left in conservative districts. And there were voters elected Trump to drain the swamp. Democratic candidates Elisa Slotkin in Michigan, Abigail Spanberger in Virginia are former CIA officials. They think that it's some kind of cloud. Democrats are like, well, you can go ahead and kneel for the flag, but you know what? But we have the CIA. It's like, nah, it's not really what people. As for the Medicare for all candidates running in red states, they've yet to justify a Mercatus study that says a doubling of all current. This is from the Mercatus study. I have nothing to do with me. I never said anything. I'm not doubling any numbers. This is from the Mercatus study. Okay. A doubling of all currently projected federal, individual, and corporate income tax collections would be insufficient to finance the added federal costs of the debt. So a doubling would be insufficient. The Mercatus study does not give an actual figure. A doubling would be insufficient. So meaning not a doubling. It's like watch the, okay, yeah, does he address that? Does he address this? The actual report says a doubling would be insufficient. How am I the bad guy? The Mercatus study actually says that, and it's actually quoted by Ocasio-Cortez and Bernie. Kilted Bear, when I was asking about our Google overloads, I was referring to the video that was leaked to Breitbart yesterday. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I know. Oh, yes. I agree. That's what I was referring to. That whole thing, it's not the whole thing regarding public sentiment. Public sentiment is not public sentiment is really not impacted by Google searches, even though people say it is. I don't think that. I mean, look what if that was the case, Trump would not have won. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much. I will be back soon. I'm going to go ahead and it says here a doubling of all currently projected federal, individual, and corporate income tax collection would be insufficient. I mean, it's like pretty much clear. Thank you so very much. I will be back very soon to talk about the possible plea deal with Manafort. Thank you. To my super chat, thank you so very much.